The story of Zane. Zane was a poor orphan boy. He lived alone in a broken wooden house in a village. He had no parents, no family, and very little to eat. The village people would either ignore him or treat him poorly. Even so, he worked small jobs every day just to survive. Sometimes he would get a little food, and sometimes nothing at all. No matter how difficult life became, one thing remained in Zane's heart. He spoke to God in simple words. "God, I don't ask for big things, just please don't forget me." One afternoon, Zane worked all day for a harsh man named Mr. Carter. In the scorching sun, he carried wood, hauled water, and lifted heavy sacks. At the end of the day, he received a small bag of food. To him, this bag was no less than a treasure. On his way home, some older boys, Ahmed and his friends, stopped him. They laughed, pushed him, and threw his food on the ground. Zane felt deeply sad and wounded inside. With trembling hands, he picked up whatever was left. He looked toward the sky and said softly, "God, I know others are in more pain than I am, but am I so small that you cannot even see me? Give me strength so that I do not become like them." His heart was heavy, yet he still chose the path of kindness. The path home passed by a peaceful river. Zane saw an old man sitting on a rock. He looked very exhausted. The old man said in a gentle voice, "Son, do you have something you can share with me? I haven't eaten anything today." Zane looked at his bag. There was very little food left in it. He remembered his mother's words, "When you give from the heart, you never remain empty." Zane felt a bit nervous because he had so little himself, but he wanted to help. He cleaned the best piece of bread and gave it to the old man. The old man smiled and began to eat slowly. He said, "Thank you, son. You are very kind." A strange warmth and happiness filled Zane's heart. For the first time that day, he felt proud of himself. The old man asked Zane to help him walk. They walked slowly under the trees. Then, the old man stopped and looked at Zane with eyes full of light. He asked, "Zane, do you know who you were walking with today?" Zane replied, "With you, an exhausted old man." Suddenly, a golden light began to emanate from the man's face. He said, "I have been walking with you since long before today. I was with you that night when you cried alone. I have heard the prayers that no one else heard. I have seen every one of your tears." Zane's heart began to beat fast. He said, "But I only used to pray to God." The old man smiled and said, "I am the one who never left you. I am your God." Zane fell to his knees with tears in his eyes. He said, "I thought you had forgotten me." God placed a hand of love on his head and said, "No, I never left you. Despite the pain, you chose the path of kindness. And today, you helped me when you thought you were helping a stranger." Then, God touched Zane's bag of food. Suddenly, it became heavy. Inside were fresh bread, rice, potatoes, and fruits. God said, "What you give with love, I return many times over." Zane went home with a full bag and a peaceful heart. After that day, people saw a new light in him. Kind people began to come forward to help him. He learned a trade, found honest work, and gained an education. Life did not become perfectly easy, but he never felt lonely again. Whenever he passed by the river, he remembered the place where God had walked with him. Zane's story is for you too. Perhaps you feel forgotten. Perhaps life is difficult. Perhaps you give more to others and receive less in return. But remember, God sees your kindness. God sees your silent tears. And what you give with love, God increases many times over. You are never walking alone. Sometimes God doesn't come in the form of big miracles, but in the form of a tired stranger, a silent moment, or a small decision to do something good. Your kindness matters. Your heart matters. And one day, those doors will open where you once saw only walls. Would you like me to create some YouTube thumbnails or visual descriptions for this story to help with your channel?